Freedom of Information request made to City of Bradford Metropolitan District Council, CBMDC, in November 2018. Regarding direct payment fraud conviction. From Andrew Peacher sent, the 14th of November 2018 10:41 to Freedom of Information. Subject: Freedom of Information request, direct care payments fraud and convictions. Dear Bradford City Council, how many times have a resident of the LA been done for fraud against them and fined or jailed 2012 to 2018? This relates to direct care payments. How many of these was safeguarding relatives like the Mental Health Act does under a section? Or when the office of the public guardian takes power? What are the differences between relatives taking power over a relative and the OPG doing the same? Do you have numbers of fraud cases where the accused have never spent the money? Yours faithfully, Andrew Peacher. Freedom of Information request, FOI, response received from Bradford Council on the 27th of December 2018. Dear Mr. Peacher, reference no, FOI November 72. I refer to your request dated the 14th of November 2018 under the Freedom of Information Act asking to supply the following information, and the Council's response is set out within the main body of your email below. Question 1. How many times have a resident of the LA been done for fraud against them and fined or jailed 2012 to 2018? This relates to direct care payments. Response: a resident within the local authority has been fined X1 and jailed X1. Question 2. How many of these was safeguarding relatives like the Mental Health Act does under a section or when the office of the public guardian takes power? Response: safeguarding X1 and non-safeguarding X1. Question 3. What are the differences between relatives taking power over a relative and the OPG doing the same? Response: this question falls outside the legislation. For clarification, under the Act the Council can only respond if it holds information in the form of documentation or electronic data, i.e. a concrete piece of information and not an opinion, explanation or view. The Council does not hold the information that you are requesting to question 3. Question 4. Do you have numbers of fraud cases where the accused have never spent the money? Response: the Council has one fraud case as such. In accordance with the Freedom of Information Act, if you are not satisfied with the reply to your request, you can ask for a review. A request for a review must be submitted within 40 working days by contacting Bradford City Council request email, or by writing to Freedom of Information, Bradford Metropolitan District, 1st floor, Britannia House, Hallings, Bradford, West Yorkshire, BD11HX. If you are still not satisfied with the outcome of the internal review, you have the right of appeal to the Information Commissioner, who can be contacted at Information Commissioner's Office, Wycliffe House, Water Lane, Wilmslow, Cheshire, SK95AF. Tel 030312311113 URL, sincerely, Nij Basie, Information Governance Officer, City of Bradford Metropolitan District Council, Department of Corporate Resources, 1st floor, Britannia House, Hallings, Bradford, BD11HX. Tel 012744322742. Reference source.